Rise of Destiny was released on November 20th, 2004. While this set did not have any overlying archetypes to it, it did have support for some old archetypes such as the Harpies. Harpy Lady is now a very viable deck in our format if we can get the field spell Harpy's Hunting Ground as well as multiples of some of the other Winged Beast cards in this set. Now, this is a notable step up from Soul of the Duelist in terms of power, so I'll try to go over some of the cards that will be important for our format. The first one for the water deck is going to be Nightmare Penguin. It is a flip monster that bounces any card on the field to its owner's hand, and then it increases the attack of all water monsters by 200. We will play this in the water deck if we get it. And now Harpy Ladies 1, 2, and 3 are in this set. The ones we're going to be looking out for are Harpy Lady 1, which buffs all wind monsters, and Harpy Lady 2, which negates flip effects. A Raging Flame Sprite is a card that we might see board play in some kind of stall strategy. It is a direct attacker that only does 100 damage at first, but every time it successfully attacks directly, it gains 1000 attack. There are a cycle of elemental monsters that when they are summoned, trap cards cannot be activated, and then a duo of monsters, Pitch Black Werewolf and Masked Dragon, that say your opponent cannot activate trap cards during the battle phase, so it shuts off all of those pesky Sakuretsu armors. In the right shell, these could see play. Harpy's Hunting Ground is the Harpy payoff. This increases Winged Beasts by 200 attack, and you get to destroy a back row whenever a Harpy Lady or Harpy Lady Sisters is summoned to the field. Now for the rares, we do have some rares that while they will not be important now, they will be important later. The first noteworthy rare is Fusillier Dragon, the Dual Mode Beast. This is a 2800 attack monster under skill drain. It is also a machine, and you may remember we picked up some machine synergies earlier on in the progression series, so there could be a machine deck out there. A Dekoichi, the Battle Chanted Locomotive, is one that we are going to want to pick up 3 copies of. This card is a GOAT format staple, and it flips to draw a card. There are a lot of other monsters that do this, such as Dark Mimic level 1 and Skellengel, but this one has a 1400 body attached to it, which is reasonably sized. Dark Blade the Dragon Knight is our biggest magical scientist target. We will play it as long as it is legal in the format, or for rather, as long as Magical Scientist is legal. A Serial Spell is a combo piece that probably won't come up in our format, but it is certainly possible. And the last really important rare for us to pick up is Machine Duplication. While this is not good now, this card is going to be insane later when we get some more viable targets for it. So what Machine Duplication does is any machine that has 500 or less attack, you can use this to special summon as many copies of that card as possible from your deck. It is very, very powerful with specific machines that we don't have access to yet. At the super rare slot, we have Thessalos the Firestorm Monarch, bringing the Monarch theme to a 3rd set. This one will discard a random card out of your opponent's hand and does a small amount of damage to your opponent if it is a monster. Now, this is not quite as playable as the other 2 Monarchs, but still quite strong. A Triangle Ecstasy Spark is Harpy support. A Monster Reincarnation is noteworthy as well. You can discard a card to buy back any monster from your graveyard. A Divine Wrath is probably the 2nd best or even the best super rare in the format, and I would not mind having one of these. This is our first real piece of a one-time effect negation. You can discard a card to negate the effect of an effect monster and destroy it. It's pretty good, and it will see play if we get it. And then a Pikeru's Circle of Enchantment is a effect damage prevention. Now this won't work on Wave Motion Cannon, but it will work against most effect damage. I could see putting this in the side deck, and this did see side deck play when it was around. And now the ultra rares are nothing too important. The cover card, the creator, needs to have a deck built around him, but if you can, it is very, very powerful. It's a 3k defender that can't be special summoned from the graveyard, but once per turn can turn any card into your hand into a monster reborn. Now, normally we wouldn't talk about Mystic Swordsman level 6, but both of us have Mystic Swordsman level 4, and Mystic Swordsman level 6 can level up from 4, which is something that we have access to 2 in both of our pools, and if you can get Mystic Swordsman level 6 online, it's another monster that will automatically destroy set monsters. However, you do have the bonus option to put any monster that it destroys with that effect on top of its owner's deck, so you can use that to potentially lock people out of the game. But that's not the only set that came out during this time, and you're about to see a twist on the Yu-Gi-Oh! Progression series. We will be implementing side sets. Dark Beginning 1 was released on October 12th, 2004. This is a reprint set of the first 5 sets, and we will have access to this in limited quantities. For this episode, the winner of the duel will be able to forego 1 or both of their spins to take 3 or 6 packs of this set, and then the loser of the duel will have the option to forego their wheel spin to take 3 packs of this set. As you can see from just the list of rares, there are a lot of extremely powerful cards reprinted in the set at low rarity. I won't go over everything from the set, but I will try to hit some of the highlights. We have Forceful Sentry, Giant Trunade at rare, Dust Tornado at rare, Trap Hole at rare, Limiter Removal at rare, the Legendary Fisherman at rare. Lots of really good stuff. And we even have some new cards that could possibly come up as well, and I'll go over those in detail with you, and the rest of the set will for the most part just be mentioned in passing. But you can see a lot of staples, even at the holo level. Makira the Destructor is probably the single most powerful card from the set. It is a super rare, and there are 20 super rares in this very large set, so it's not likely that we will get it. But it is an incredibly strong card that was banned before its release because of how powerful it was. And note that this is pre-errata Makira the Destructor. In contemporary Yu-Gi-Oh!, a Makira, once it's sent from the main monster zone to the graveyard, lets you activate 1 trap card from your hand during that turn. Pre-errata, this card triggered when it was sent to the graveyard from anywhere, and then you could activate trap cards from your hand for the rest of the turn. As you can imagine, there were a lot of combo decks that took advantage of this card. So now Exchange is a very interesting card. This was originally a video game promo, but is reprinted in Dark Beginning 1 as a super rare. It lets both players take 1 card out of their opponent's hand and add it to their own hand. This can be very helpful after your opponent searches something out. And then the final new card in this set that's worth talking about is Big Shield Gardiner. Big Shield Gardiner will negate any spell that targets it while it's face down. So it's immune to Nobleman of Crossout and just anything else that targets it while it's face down. It's a 2600 defender that has to shift into attack position after it is attacked, but there are no restrictions on switching it back to defense position on your next turn. Now, while all of these cards are nice, the big stuff that you're going to see is how many incredible cards are at common. Banisher of the Light, which is something that we can build some kind of lockdown deck around, is at common. Most of the recruiters are at common. The other 2, Giant Rat and Mystic Tomato, remain at rare. Senju and Sonic Bird, if you didn't get them, are both common. All of these field spells are common. Messenger of Peace at common. Mirror Wall at common. There's a lot of really crazy stuff. Polymerization is a common, so Board might chase this down for his fusions. The 4 pieces of Exodia, 4 limbs, are all at common, so if we open enough of this set, it is entirely possible that we could wind up getting a complete set of Exodia if one of us opened the Exodia head, either out of this set or in the original printing, The Legend of Blue Eyes White Dragon. All of the masks from Labyrinth of Nightmare are at common, including Mask of the Accursed, which very well could see play. Fire Princess at common. Card of Safe Return at common. While this card is not powerful now, it will be incredibly broken and very quickly limited once enough support for it comes out. But there are 2 bigger prizes in this set that I am very scared of board getting. One of them is Painful Choice. This is a common. Now, there are 185 commons in the set. Boy, is that card going to be really crazy. And if he gets it, I could definitely see it getting banned, and then Confiscation is in here as well. So there's a lot of power in the set. We will be opening some packs of this at the end of the episode, hopefully, and then after that, it will be on the wheel. Alright, 24 packs of Rise of Destiny. Pretty excited to open the set. There's a lot of GOAT format staples in here, but we'll go ahead and get started with our first pack, and we got a Machine Duplication. That is one of the cards that we are going to want a playset of for the future. Homunculus the Alchemic Being is a solid card for the Progression series as well. It's an 1800 beater that can get around a surprising number of pieces of interaction by being able to change its attribute. We also got Harpy Lady 2 in this pack, which is the Effect Negation Harpy. So if we can get that and 2 copies of Harpy Lady 1, as well as some of the other Harpy supports such as the Field Spell, that could be worth considering in the future. And there's a Harpy Lady 1 and a Hunting Ground, so that could be the start of some kind of wind-based Harpy deck in the future. I would not be surprised to see Board try the Harpy support, specifically because of his lack of back row removal. And there is a copy of Nightmare Penguin, as well as a copy of Dark Blade the Dragon Knight. With these larger fusions, I'm really hoping that we can get this Catapult Turtle off kill once before Magical Scientist gets banned. And there's another copy of Dark Blade the Dragon Knight. This will not be too useful because after Magical Scientist gets banned, this will not be a very easily accessible card. And that makes our playset of Raging Flame Sprite if we do want to play that deck. That card is extremely powerful on stalled boards, but with our current deck construction, it doesn't look like we will be playing it. But you never know. It is nice to have for the collection, and it could be an option in the future. 10 packs in and still no holos. Starting to get worried that we're going to miss some of the power in the set, because there is a lot of power at super rare. We did get another Nightmare Penguin that makes our second one. All the Harpies in this pack, but nothing else noteworthy. We do have enough Harpies to be able to play the deck, we just want one more of the Field Spell. And there's our third copy of Harpy's Hunting Ground. 12 packs in, half of the box, not one holo. And that's a good card. That's not a holo, but it's a good card. That's Fusillier Dragon, the Dual Mode Beast. I would like to see more copies of this, and that's something I'm actually a little bit terrified that Board might play, because he has Skill Drain in his side deck in at least one of his decks, and that will send things into overdrive due to being a 2800 body, and my Warrior deck has a hard time outing large monsters as I've been finding. It might be time to start playing those Sakuretsu armors. As much as I would like to optimize my deck to keep putting pressure on my opponent, we might need to play more interaction to be able to keep up with monsters like Fusillier Dragon at 2800. 15 packs in and we get our first holo. It is Triangle Ecstasy Spark. Unfortunately, Triangle Ecstasy Spark will not do us any good without Harpy Lady Sisters. However, Harpy Lady Sisters does get a reprint in the Dark Beginning packs that we will get to open if we do well. So the better we do in that duel, the more likely we are to get a copy of Harpy Lady Sisters and be able to actually play this deck. And there is a copy of Dekoichi, our first one, 17 packs in. This has really been a poor opening, and I am not happy so far. We need something to really turn around. Give me a Thestalos, a Divine Wrath, something. More copies of Dekoichi, more copies of Fusillier, something to make this box a little bit better, because this has been a pretty terrible opening. No, I don't need another copy of Dark Blade the Dragon Knight. Although it does give us a clean out to be able to go into Scientist Turtle, it's just something that won't be useful after that card gets banned. I would like something with a little bit of longevity, please. Another Triangle Ecstasy Spark as a super rare. Still no ultra rares yet either, although the ultras aren't too terribly impressive. But we are having some very strange pack luck with Rise of Destiny, to say the least. Although that's not unprecedented for the Progression series. Alright, coming up on the last couple of packs, still not too many holos. Can we get something good in the close? Maybe a Fusillier, a Dekoichi, something good? Not from that pack. And then our last pack... nothing. Wow, this might be worse than the Invasion of Chaos opening. We did not get enough good machines to make the machine deck work. No Divine Wrath, no Monster Reincarnation, no Thestalos. If we can score a couple of Harpy Lady Sisters off of those Dark Beginning packs, we might be able to do something with that, but just really, what a terrible opening. We also only got one machine duplication. If we get some rare wildcards, we might have to use those on machine duplication in the future, or some copies of Fusillier Dragon, but man, what a terrible opening this was. We'll go ahead and take this over to Dueling Book and see what we can come up with. So this is the deck that we will be bringing to today's duel. I've decided that with the addition of Nightmare Penguin, we are going to run the water normal monster deck back. I have made a couple of changes to it, not too big on changes, so it's going to operate much the same. I'll still go through the card by card. One Catapult Turtle, one Magical Scientist for the OTK potential, especially now that we have both Sandwich and Dark Blade the Dragon Knight to facilitate the combo. 2 copies of Nightmare Penguin, a new card from Rise of Destiny. This flips up to target any card your opponent controls and bounce it, and gives all of your water monsters 200 extra attack. 1 Sandgen, 1 Witch of the Black Forest, 1 7-colored fish, 3 Gaga Gigo, 3 Giga Gaga Gigo, we did pick up the third one off of a wild card, 1 High Tide Gyojin, 2 Kabazals, 3 Sea Serpent Warrior of Darkness, and 1 Terra King Salmon rounding out the monsters. For the spells, triple a Legendary Ocean, very important for this deck to make all these 5-star normal monsters live. 1 Change of Heart, 1 Giant Trunade, triple Heart of the Underdog for the card draw, 1 Heavy Storm, 1 Monster Reborn, 1 Mystical Space Typhoon, 1 Pot of Greed, 1 Raigeki, 1 Terraforming rounds out the spells. 4th Traps, 1 Call of the Haunted, 2 Jar of Greed, 1 Mirror Force, 2 Sakuretsu Armor. I've been noticing that my decks have been having trouble outing large monsters such as Big Koala. I never thought I would say that I was having trouble outing Big Koala of all things. So I did swap in the Sakuretsu Armors from the board, and the last card is Soul Resurrection. For the side deck, 1 Confiscation, 1 Dark Hole, 1 Barrel Behind the Door, 2 Bottomless Trap Hole, 2 Compulse, move these to the sideboard, and the Sakuretsus to the main, 2 Dust Tornado, 2 Gravity Bind, 2 Skill Drain, 1 Solemn Judgment, and 1 Trap Dust Shoot. For the extra, Dark Bolter the Terrible, triple Dark Blade the Dragon Knight. That's the largest fusion that we can get with Magical Scientist, being 2200 attack, and it can banish cards out of our opponent's graveyard as well. 1 Darkfire Dragon, 1 Dragoness the Wicked Knight, 1 Empress Judge, 1 Fusionist, 1 Metal Dragon, 1 Punished Eagle, 1 Rabid Horseman, 1 Re-Senshi, and triple Sandwich. We do actually have enough fusion monsters with over 2000 attack to be able to OTK our opponent with Magical Scientist and Catapult Turtle, and I would like to see that happen once before the deck gets banned. Alright, we will see how board does with this switcheroo that we're pulling on him today. Ladies and gentlemen, it is time to duel. Board, I'm not gonna lie, I'm real nervous about this one, because those Dark Beginning packs are nutty. Just nutty. That's not a good start. Alright. Good luck, duelist. Alright, draw for turn, stand by main. I will activate Pot of Greed. Well, this will give away what I'm doing, but I think I need to get as much damage on the table as possible. I'm gonna fire off Change of Heart on your set. I will sack this for a Terror King Salmon. Battle phase 24. After combat, I will set 1 card face down, and I will activate Heart of the Underdog and pass my turn. And that's why I didn't set my whole hand. Draw for turn, stand by main. Of course I drew a normal. Here it is. Battle phase. 24, got the sack. Blast held by a tribute. Main deck?
Ooh.
Main deck? Are you nuts? Wow. Set one. Wow. This is unreal. Play that garbage main deck. I'll take my 1,000. Draw for turn, stand by main. Here's a guy. Please get this out of here. Yup. I think, yeah, wow, this is terrible. I'll set this during main phase 2 and end. Sasuke, huh? At the start of your battle phase, I'm going to MST your back row. Okay. On attack declaration, I'm going to activate Call of the Haunted, targeting Terror King Salmon. I'm assuming you're not going to redeclare. All the answers! Just all the answers. Draw for turn, stand by main. I mean, at least I ripped a guy. Battle phase, 850 into your battle footballer. Pass! Alright, might be able to turn this around. Stand by main. Battle, hit over your guy. Pass. Sure. Draw for turn, stand by main. I got a guy. Alright, what is this? Probably a defender of some kind.
Interesting.
They're even.
They're even, so nothing happens.
Correct. And that actually confirms my suspicion that Master of Oz is in Board's extra deck. Because the only reason he would be playing this is if he had Master of Oz in his extra deck. Well, here it comes. He could just be doing this to Finn, but I get the feeling we're going to see a Master of Oz this game. Yup. Yup! Yup! Here comes the big boy. Chonk chonk. What am I supposed to do about it? It's 4,200!
Bring in the thunder from down under.
Alright. Answer? I mean, it's not an answer, but it buys me a turn. Go.
Not very often you actually see Master of Oz A, summon correctly, and B, actually do something.
I mean, that's what I'm thinking about in the future for Dark Beginning 2, that is a hell of a Stein target.
Oh yeah.
Set a monster. Go. Oh, a Chaos Sorcerer? Yup. Oh, get punished. Get punished. I am going to put your Master of Oz back to the extra deck. It's not over yet, though. I still have to draw out to Chaos Sorcerer. I think I have, like, 6 outs? That is not one of them. It does buy me a turn, though. Oh, that's no good. Alright, you can draw your cards. Okay. I go to 850. Alright, now I have one draw phase. Alright. Answer! That is not answer. Okay. Well, we have to change a few things now. Alright, let's try this. I will be on the play this time. Alright, draw for turn. Stand by main. Set a monster. Set a back row. Activate Heart of the Underdog. Pass. Interesting. Draw for turn. stand by main. I will activate a second Heart of the Underdog, and I will pass the turn. Draw for turn. Stand by main. Activate Pot of Greed. Draw a couple of cards. I will tribute away my Witch of the Black Forest for a Giga Gaga Gigo Trigger Witch. I am going to pick up... I'm going to pick up Scientist. Battle Phase. Hit into your set. You got the sack? Oh, you got the ring. Yep, that's a bunch of damage. Oh. After combat, I will set a back row and end my turn. Polymerization, huh? You got it. We fusing. That's a chonkity chonker. I do have the compulse, though. Please go back to the extra deck. Draw for turn. I will show you Giga Gaga Gigo as my draw. I will draw, that misses timing. I will draw, standby, main. Normal Sea Serpent Warrior of Darkness. Battle Phase. 18. I take 6. Oh, 400, right. I know how to math. Anyway, I will set one. Go ahead. Draw for turn. I will show you Cabazals. I will draw, this misses timing, I will draw. I will show you another Cabazals. Draw, miss timing, draw. I will show you Sea Serpent Warrior of Darkness. Draw, misses timing, draw. I will show you Terror King Salmon. Draw, draw. Stand by, main. I will fire Legendary Ocean. I will normal summon Giga Gaga Gigo. I'm going to fire a Raigeki here. And then I will... Do I have lethal? I do have lethal. I'm going to activate Call of the Haunted. Target this. Heart of the Underdog.
Jeez, you drew like 8 cards right there.
It's nutso. I was going to have to discard like 4 cards to hand size. Alright, game 3, again. Good luck. Draw for turn. Stand by main. Set a monster. Set 2 back row. And I will end my turn. Draw for turn. Stand by main. Set a monster. Pass. Draw for turn. Stand by main. Set a monster. Set a back... well, you know what that is now. But whatever. You still have to play around it.
Bri, you cannot Bandit Keith in Dueling Book.
Pass. I mean, he saw it in game 2, so he knows he has to play around it when he fuses. Draw for turn. Stand by main. Activate heart. Pass. Riveting gameplay. Draw for turn. Stand by main. Who played Chicken Game? Because that's what this feels like. I mean, one of us has got to make a move eventually. Okay, you have a witch. Okay. Well, it's a Sangan. And, I think, as much as I don't want to do this, I think I'm going to have to let the cat out of the bag. I'm going to grab a Catapult Turtle. Draw for turn. Show you a Sea Serpent Warrior of Darkness. Draw. Still in draw. Activate jar. Draw. Show you Giga Gaga, or show you Gaga Gigo, sorry. I will draw a card. Stand by main. May as well try to get some offense going at least. I'll normal summon Gaga Gigo here. Proceed to battle. 750. Take your search. Okay. After combat, it's that one. Pass. You do have the Heavy Storm, huh? I will chain Jar of Greed, and then I will chain Compulse as well on this set. Okay, so chain resolves backwards. I draw off Jar, and then everything goes away. Ooh, you had cards too. Fusion Gate. You got it. Yep. I'm gonna take like 1 billion damage this turn, aren't I? Am I gonna get OTK'd here?
Wait, what is... Ooh. Wait, what?
Dark
Whoa,
Paladin?
what the...
Dark Flare Knight? Excuse you? What?
Oh, that's just insult to injury right there.
Wow. I'll take it all.
So that's 6,300.
I know. I don't think we can actually do this with a. I don't think we can actually do this with the die roll. So I'm actually just gonna shuffle my hand and then just pick one, like click on a card in my hand. Okay, you get that one. All right, draw for turn, stand by main. I do have the right Geki, thankfully. All right, Sea Serpent Warrior of Darkness, battle phase 18. Main phase 2, set 1. Pass. Draw for turn, stand by, main. Battle phase. Wall, huh? You got it. Now I gotta think. Main phase 2. I will set a monster. Go. Draw for turn, stand by main. I will activate a Legendary Ocean. I will set a monster. I will end my turn. That's an Injection Fairy Lily. Alright. You have no hand. Draw for turn, stand by main. I think I have it. Normal Giga Gaga Gigo here. Flip summon Catapult Turtle. And then I'll just catapult my guys. It is not once per turn. Surprisingly, this card was not once per turn.
Oh, they errata did.
That's a card errata, yeah.
Oh, wow.
My set card was Scientist. So I had the Wombo combo until you had that big push. Oh geez, yeah. Your deck is really scary, by the way. Just so you know. Yeah, when I saw you were on Big Koala, I thought you had Master of Oz in your deck. My set was a bottomless. Yeah, Spirit Reaper's good against this deck, but good set, man. That was pretty crazy. So I guess the cat's out of the bag now. I have had the Scientist combo. I've just never been able to use it until now. I know I'm not going to get to play this after Season 1. But in any case, I am going to go open my packs of Dark Beginning 1. I'm not going to lie, by saying that turned out to be a little bit of a dirty win with the Wombo combo, but that will give Board more of a reason to put Magical Scientist on the ban list for the Progression Series, where it should be, because that card will only get worse as more summoning mechanics get introduced into the game. But as our winner of the Rise of Destiny duel, I have elected to replace both of my spins with 3 Dark Beginning 1 packs each, so we'll be opening 6 packs of this set, and this set has a lot of extremely powerful cards at low rarity, and will give us a chance to pick up on some cards we missed. So Dark Beginning 1 reprints a bunch of cards from the first 5 sets, and gives us 3 new cards as well, all of them at high rarity, and one of them in particular is very, very strong. But we'll go ahead and get these packs open, and our first pack has... That's actually a pretty good pickup for that water deck. That's a Legendary Fisherman. That's going to be very, very helpful if board decides to go back to level limit, because Legendary Fisherman can attack through level limit area B if you have a Legendary Ocean, because it is not affected by any spell cards. So I'm pretty happy to pick that up. Happy to pick up a Nobleman of Extermination as well, and that Mask of Restrict could potentially come into play, but I don't think we're going to play that anytime soon. And on to our second pack. Our second pack does give us a third Magician of Faith. That is something that we did not pick up in the Metal Raiders time period. We also got a copy of Gaia Power. Gaia Power is a card that I don't believe we got at all during the Magic Ruler opening. Oh no, I'm thinking of a different one. We did get 3 of this. But a lot of this is not particularly noteworthy. The Magician of Faith is nice though. Alright, and our last pack of the first set has, unfortunately, useless ultra rare. We got a second copy of Change of Heart, which we'll never be able to use, unfortunately. Alright, and that'll do it for our first set. On to the second set of packs, and we picked up a Snatch Steal! That's what we're talking about. So we got the Theft spell that we were missing out of Magic Ruler. That is going to be absolutely incredible. We did also get a couple of other pickups. We got a Mirror Wall, which will do a Shrink Impression. That's pretty good. And we did also pick up a third Sky Scout, which could be good if we want to go the Harpy route. But man, that Snatch Steal. Boy, it just keeps getting better with these power cards. And we still got 2 more packs left. Alright, and our 5th pack of 6 will contain... Oh boy! There's nothing too great in this pack other than, you know, that Delinquent Duo. Just a Delinquent Duo. Just all the high rarity stuff coming to me. This is gonna get very, very silly. Although, I know Board has 6 packs coming as well, so he could get equally disgusting cards, but Delinquent Duo is a GOAT format staple. It's absolutely disgusting in the opener, and, well, enough said about that card. Alright, and our final pack of Dark Beginning 1 contains... we got a Banisher of the Light. Fisher we already had a playset of, and I think the rest of this is not very good, but we got a Snatch Steal and a Delinquent Duo. Yeah, we definitely opened pretty well out of those. So, the next time on the Yu-Gi-Oh! Progression Series is going to be the Season 1 finale with Flaming Eternity, and there are going to be more changes announced to the series at the end of that episode. See you around.